Welcome to Lengthen As You Strengthen. So in the latter stage of this course, we will be using some longer levers and lengthening the body. So in preparation for that, let's treat our bodies to a whole body mobility class. In this class, we are going to tease out any tension and assess the mobility of our spine. I love this particular mobility flow and I do it every morning to help keep my spine injury free. Let's start by understanding how the spine works. So let's imagine that the joints in your spine are like the joints in your fingers. So in my index finger, I have 3 joints: the base joint, the middle joint, and the upper joint. Now, if I went through a period of not moving my finger, like for example with the spine, when we sit for long periods, or say after an injury, what do you think would happen to the joints in your fingers? So if you don't move the finger at all for a few weeks, the joints would get stiff and eventually it would become very difficult to bend. Okay, and that's exactly what happens in the spine. If we don't use the joints to their full potential, their full range of motion, the vertebrae actually get stiff, the nerves get a little less activated, and the muscles that flex and extend the body get deconditioned or weak. So let's train mobility into our spine to keep it healthier, happier, and stronger. Let's start in a 4-point kneeling position. So on our hands and knees, rooting into the 4 edges of your hands, let's squeeze the finger pads and hug the hands towards each other. So you feel an energetic drawing in. Now that your upper body is nice and stable, let's articulate through the spine by first of all letting the bellies drop. So you're widening your bum up towards the ceiling. Feel the seat bones kind of stretch away from each other. Now edge the movement up towards your mid-back, coaxing the back of your heart forward in the chest. And then lengthen the front of the neck as you inhale. Exhale, tuck the bum. Scoop and tuck the pelvis. Draw up through the navel and lower the head. As we inhale and we're articulating the spine into extension, I like to energetically pull my hands towards my knees without actually moving the hands. It kind of coaxes the chest further forward. And as you exhale, think about tucking the bum, lowering the head, lifting through the back of the heart, and push the hands forward. Inhaling, mobilizing into extension, joint by joint by joint. Exhale, tuck the bum. Suction up through the core and stretch the hands forward. Let's take one more in both directions, inhaling. Maybe we can sink a little deeper this time. And exhaling. From here, bring the big toes to touch, widen the knees, and sit back and down into a child's pose. Now, if you find it difficult to lower the head here, make 2 little fists so the forehead is anchored. Take an inhale in a 360-degree direction. As you exhale, can you release any tension that you're holding in the muscles or the joints and sink your seat bones a little deeper? Sweep the hands forward. Now let's walk both hands to the right side, off the mat if possible, and humble the head between your arms. I'd like you to lengthen the stretch from your left seat bone right through to the tips of the left fingers. Take an inhale, breathe evenly into both sides, and exhale, sink and soften a layer deeper. From here, crawl the fingers back and let's scooch to the left off the mat if possible. Soften the head between your arms and take a deep, nourishing inhale into both sides. Exhale to soften. Let's come back into that 4-point kneeling position. This time we're going to tuck our toes, walk the hands back a touch, push into the hands and lift the knees as we palm by palm or tips of the fingers walk the hands back towards the feet. Now, if you are a little tight in the back line of the body, you might want to bend the knees generously here. This is called the rag doll. So let the head really become relaxed. Think about the upper limbs becoming floppy, ragdolling or releasing any tension of the day from the body. Take a deep, nourishing inhale into the back line. And as you exhale, try to calm and settle the nervous system, which might feel a little stretched or resistant. Can you exhale, speak to it, encouraging it that it's okay to be lengthened. And then from here, I'd like you to really strongly root into the feet. Engage the deep inner core muscles to support your spine as you challenge yourself to articulate up through the body, joint by joint. The head is the very last thing to lift. So really try and commit to that rolling up of the joints as opposed to a halfway being kind of semi-extended and semi-flexed. Think about curling up through the body. It's called a Jefferson curl. Very good for your spinal mobility. Let's start to circle the shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the hands into the air. And exhale to cactus position, 90-degree angles of the elbows. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And exhale, let's tap elbows, forearms, and hands. Inhale to open. Exhale, tap. Inhale, open. As you exhale this time, little bend in the knees. Swallow up through the pelvic floor. Feel the inner core fire. Drop the chin to the chest and let slow motion roll it back down. This time, step the hands forward for 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank position. Press into the hands, stretch the shoulder blades. Tuck the bum, engage the core, and breathe for 8, 7, 6, 5. Infuse what you feel with breath. 3, 2, 1. And slowly lower to the knees. From here, we're going to make our way gently onto our tummies, coming onto the forearms. Taking the palms to the floor, imagine they're velcroed to the floor. And then without actually moving the hands or the elbows, I would like you to suction the elbows or magnetize those elbows back towards your hip bones. And what we're trying to mobilize is the space between the upper back. So you're trying to nudge the back of your heart forward in the chest. Feel that energetic pulling of the arms and that counteracting of the upper body to stretch forward in the chest. And then from here, relax back down onto the tummy. I'd like you to make a 90-degree or bent elbow position with your left side. Press into the right hand, bend the knees and turn facing the right. We're aiming to stretch out the front chest muscles here. So I'd like you to energetically, actively push into the right hand and knit the ribs. Take a deep, nourishing inhale and exhale back to center. We're going to turn to face the left. Press the left hand into the floor. And you're using this kind of counter pressure force, pressing the left hand and feeling a stretch in the right chest muscle. Deep, nourishing inhale into where you feel the stretch. And exhale, relax it back down. From here, let's crawl the left fingers forward and roll all the way onto the back. Okay. From here, let's bend the right knee. Glide the right heel over the left knee. And we're going to target the buttock muscles here. And you have two options. You can simply just stretch that right knee towards the left shoulder. So you feel a stretch in the right buttock. Or you can flex the right foot and pick your left leg up, supporting the back of the left thigh. If you flex the left foot, energetically draw the left foot in towards your shoulders so you deepen the stretch in the right hip and buttock region. Take a deep, nourishing inhale into where you feel those stretch sensations. And as you exhale, can you try to soften into what you feel? From here, relax the left foot. Shift the hips a little towards your right and roll all the way to the left side. So I'm anchoring my left hand onto my right knee. Take the right fingers forward as you inhale. Exhale, sweep and open them to the side. Inhale, take your right fingers back. And exhale, sweep and open. So this we call the open book, like your hand is opening the page of a book. If you like this one, stay there. Or one I particularly enjoy is to sweep my right hand overhead. Sweep it as close to the floor as we can, just minding the articulation of the shoulder. If you have hypermobile shoulders, this might not feel the most comfortable. And bring the hands back to the center. And again, inhale, sweep the hands overhead, feeling the articulations of the upper body. So we're really trying to open the rib cage and soften that right shoulder blade as close to the floor behind. Let's take one more. Big sweeping arm circles. And back to the center. From here, let's unfurl the body. Bring ourselves back onto the mat. Relax the right leg. This time, lift the left leg and hook the left heel over your right thigh. Let's draw left knee towards your right shoulder, or option to take the figure of four stretch, flexing the left foot, and then pick the right leg up, hooking underneath your right thigh. Flex your right foot and draw it towards your body. Take an inhale into those stretch sensations. Think about nudging, mobilizing them with your breath. And as you exhale, can you breathe them down your thigh, down your shin, and out through your feet and toes to clear. From here, relax your right leg. Shift your hips a little towards your left and slowly, slowly rotate the legs towards the right side. Hook your right hand on top of your left knee. Option to take an inhale, exhale, open book, spiraling through the rib cage, soften that left shoulder blade towards the floor. Or take big sweeping arm circles past your head, towards the back of your body and finishing by your hips. Inhale, opening. Exhale, closing. And again, one more time. Inhale. Exhale. From here, let's slowly unfurl back to the body. Hug the knees into the shoulders. Give yourself a well-earned, deserved hug. So well done for completing Lengthen As You Strengthen. Now, if you found that anything in our mobility class was particularly difficult for your body, I would urge you to approach it with a sense of curiosity. Instead of dismissing any particular exercise or movement that doesn't feel good for you right now, try to approach it with a sense of curiosity and start a journey working out how to overcome it. So enjoy this wonderful journey with your body, and I will see you on the mat soon. Bye.